Damn, Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I wanted to come into the Black Financial Channel to have a conversation with you related to business. You guys know I talk about a lot of things, particularly on Dr. Boyce TV, where actually I'm going to start going live on drboycetv.com Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And so, anyway, I wanted to talk about this thing with Amazon. Amazon.com is a major corporation with a market value that I believe it has surpassed $1 trillion. Let me see here. The market cap of Amazon right now, it looks like $904 billion. So Amazon's a very wealthy company, very powerful company. Some actually say they have monopoly power, which I don't doubt. And so, Amazon kind of joins the class of what I consider to be the robber barons of this generation. The robber barons, if you remember, the robber barons were the reason for the creation of antitrust law. Carnegie, Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan. These were people that had so much wealth that they were able to really control and really do things that to other people that they are not allowed today, at least theoretically, right? So Amazon, Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world. Let me see if I can look up Jeff Bezos's net worth right now. Let me see, Jeff Bezos' net worth. I know his wife got $40 billion or something in the divorce. Let me see, Jeff Bezos' net worth is $150 billion, which actually more than doubles Mark Zuckerberg, who's worth $67 billion. Mark is the founder of Facebook. Elon Musk is worth $18 billion. Bill Gates is worth about $100 billion. So Jeff Bezos is way up there in terms of wealth. But anyway, so Amazon did something that led me to feel the need to do this video. I want to say good morning, by the way, to everybody who's tuning in. I see Rodney Vinegar's in there. I went to college with Rodney. He's a really good guy. Terry Clark. I see Diane. Good morning, everybody. Vicky. If I didn't see you or say your name, forgive me. I just want to be quick with this so I can share my thoughts on this. I was thinking about this on an airplane as I was coming back from California. I'll just read what Yahoo Finance says about it, and then I'll kind of give you my take on it. 2 months ago, Amazon.com halted orders from thousands of suppliers with no explanation. Panic ensued until the orders quietly resumed weeks later, with Amazon suggesting that the pause was part of a campaign to weed out counterfeit products. Suppliers breathed a sigh of relief. Now a larger, more permanent purge is coming that will upend the relationship between the world's largest online retailer and many of its longtime vendors. In the next few months, bulk orders will dry up for thousands of mostly small suppliers, according to 3 people familiar with the plan. Amazon's aim is to cut costs and focus wholesale purchasing on major brands like Procter & Gamble, Sony, and Lego, the people said. That will ensure that the company has adequate supplies and must-have merchandise and help it compete with the likes of Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. So basically, Amazon's kind of going through and doing what only Facebook and Google and a couple of other companies can do, which is to kind of be the destroyer of worlds. And what that means is that basically, these companies have an enormous amount of power to destroy your business just like that. I've seen it happen. I've seen people making literally $10 million a year. Facebook switches the algorithm, then boom, your company's dead. Was it Slate.com? They saw their Facebook, a third of their traffic to their website, which Slate is a pretty respected journalistic publication. A third of their traffic was coming through Facebook. Facebook, flipped the algorithm, hit a button, boom, their traffic dropped by 80%. What was it? Upworthy.com, another platform that was getting millions of views. Facebook changed the algorithm, boom, they were done. Amazon, it sounds like, is sort of doing the same thing to small businesses. From what I understand, they're pretty much cutting their orders for every business that doesn't, when they order less than $10 million a year in merchandise from that company. Well, I mean, that's most companies, right? So basically, I think the reason I felt compelled to do this video and to talk to you guys about this is because you got to be careful. When you build your business, you must be extremely careful about depending solely on 1 or 2 platforms to generate most of your traffic, most of your customers, most of your profits, whatever it is that you're trying to generate. I met a lady. I went to Seattle, and I met this lady. She wasn't black, but she was a nice lady, and she had this business where she did something with kids' toys on Facebook. So she had this massive Facebook page that had, you know, 2 or 3 million people on it, and she was making probably, you know, $3 million a year off this Facebook page. Facebook changed the algorithm. Boom, business dropped, revenue dropped by 80%, 90%. She had to fire almost her whole entire team. And so you got to be really careful. Amazon's a company that unfortunately is really a little bit too good at capitalism. I told you guys that as we were talking about T.I. and Charlemagne the God and all these guys and Killer Mike that are pushing for black-owned businesses and things like that, which I think is a great idea. But one thing I've warned people against is using the term black capitalism, because capitalism is a term that has a lot of negative connotations where it's being used and abused in a way that's just unethical, in my opinion. You know, I don't think Amazon's a company that is so strapped for cash that they got to go destroy, you know, 50,000 small businesses. I just don't believe they have to do that. I also believe that, you know, based on my research, that whole deal where they were offering people $10,000 to start their own business. The more details I read about that deal, the more I realized that it seemed like a raw deal. It wasn't a good deal for those who were involved. And so, you know, I think Amazon, unfortunately, I had a lot of respect for Amazon and Jeff Bezos, and I still do to a point in terms of how they run their operations, really efficient and effective. And I've read the story of Bezos, but I think that they're crossing certain boundaries ethically that make me a little bit uncomfortable. I don't think there's a reason to go through and destroy, you know, 10, 20,000 small businesses. I think you can sort of ease out and do other things to keep things going, as opposed to just saying, okay, well, screw you, we don't care, we're cutting you off. In fact, Amazon's actually doing other things to try to automate their entire system, and their goal really is to maximize profits by eliminating people. In fact, when you think about the capitalist model, one flaw of the capitalist model as it's practiced in the United States is that it's all built on growth. So no matter how much money you make, you have to keep growing in order to keep your stock price where it is. If you don't grow, meaning that, you know, if you made $1 billion last year, if you don't make 1.1 billion next year or some higher number, then you're going to be punished by the stock market. And that's just a really bad model, because it feeds into this financial gluttony and greed and things like that. Globalism, which is considered to be something that increases the wealth of countries, it does, but the money has to be distributed in a more effective way, and it's not distributed well in the United States. So it's actually adding to the decay of the country. That's why the U.S. infrastructure is falling apart. They don't have the tax revenue to fix it, because all the rich people are hoarding up all the money and they're not putting the money into society. So anyway, long story short, I don't like this, and I'm mentioning this conversation to you guys so you just know, when you build a business, don't depend solely on Amazon, don't depend solely on Facebook, don't depend solely on Google. Spread it out. You got to spread it out, and make sure you have mechanisms where your streams of revenue are coming from different sources. You can stick and move and everything else when things happen. You know, I had a page on Facebook that had 600,000 subscribers on it, and we were doing a lot of business through the page, and a lot of traffic was coming through. And fortunately, we had other pages. But because Facebook came through and just said, oh, we don't like your page is going to be taken down. And they took it down. We emailed them, we tried to call them, we tried to reach out. Nobody responded. There was no due process, no nothing. So that page was gone, and we lost a lot of money from that page because we'd spent a lot of money building up the platform. And so the thing is that the thing that bothered me about it was not just that the page was taken, it was that there was no due process. There was nobody we could talk to and say, hey, this isn't fair. You can't do this, right? So that's just the world you live in. So beware of Amazon. Beware of building your whole business off of Amazon or anybody else, because these companies are pretty ruthless when it comes to making that money. All right, so anyway, that was all I wanted to share with you guys. Do me a favor, if you want to hit daily financial news on a daily basis, subscribe at theblackfinancialchannel.com. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. Hit the share button, subscribe button, thumbs up button, all that good stuff before you go. Also, my book Black American Money is out, so if you'd like to go take a look at it's part 3 in a 3-part series. So if you'd like to take a look at the series, you can go to blackамericanmoney.com. That's blackамericanmoney.com. And as your kids get ready for the summer, we have financial workbooks for children and financial flashcards, so you can check those out at financialworkbooks.com or financialflashcards.com. So anyway, take care, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. Be good. Peace.